Hey Astro Babes, I'm Ashley of More Than Your Sun Astrology, and welcome to As Above, So Below for the week of May 6th through May 12th. In this video, I'll bring light to what the planets are doing up above and how those themes may show up for you in your life. As above, so below. At the end, I'll pull cards for additional guidance and clarity. Before we start, please hit that like button and subscribe so that you can be notified when I post and never have to wonder what to expect for the week ahead. Okay, this week is a little bit more, dare I say, calm than the past couple of weeks. There's not too much movement happening in the sky, but because of the big shifts we had occur last week, you may feel like you're still settling into a new flow. Venus changed signs from Aries to Taurus, which is absolutely fabulous because Venus in your chart speaks to how you partner in relationships, how you express yourself in relationships, and what's valuable to you. So when Venus was in Aries about 2 weeks ago, we may have come across some relationship challenges because Venus doesn't like being in Aries. It's challenging for her. Aries represents conflict and assertion, and Venus just wants to keep the peace. So just as an example, someone born with Venus in Aries in their natal chart will have a lesson to learn around how to partner and compromise within a relationship. It's just one of the challenges. Now, when Venus moved into Taurus, where she currently is, their relationship tables may have turned a bit because Venus loves being in Taurus. It's her home sign, and we all feel, hypothetically speaking, most comfortable at home. Here we're able to express ourselves with a little bit more ease and flow. So with Venus in her sign, in her home sign of Taurus, we may feel a little more ease and flow within our relationships. We can have better interactions with people, or should I just say more smooth interactions. Now, of course, that's not to say that you won't have any friction or any conflict, especially because Mars also switched signs last week, and he is now in his home sign of Aries, where he's able to express himself more freely. And Mars likes conflict. Sometimes he even likes to bring chaos. It just is what it is. So be mindful of thinking before you speak. Think before you respond. Mars and Aries can be impulsive and even aggressive. So keep that in mind when you're communicating, and also when people are communicating with you. People may be more quick to say things out of anger or hurt. Even like sometimes hurt can express as anger. So keep that in mind. Conversations or subject matters may take on a little bit more intensity than normal. These themes are going to last throughout toward the end of the month. So they're going to be reoccurring. Switching gears, specifically what to expect this week. On May the 6th, up above, Mercury will meet Chiron. In our charts, Mercury has to do with themes around communication. Chiron has to do with something that might be a touchy subject. So this means that something could come up for you that's a touchy subject. You might not want to talk about it. You might not want to deal with it. When this subject comes up, you may get defensive because it could bring up some deep hurt feelings, and we tend to not want to go there and deal with that stuff. It's uncomfortable. It's going to take up too much time. I just don't want to deal with it. And that is totally fine if you handle this subject this way when it comes up. You can choose to ignore it and not address it, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to come back up. It's not going to ever go away until you address it. This meeting between Mercury and Chiron is happening in the sign of Aries. And Aries is asking you to be courageous and take the initiative to face the issue, whatever issue it is, head on now in this moment so that you don't have to do it again later. You can address it, hopefully heal, and move on. Mercury meeting Chiron is also about watching your words. Mercury is words, Chiron is a wound, but it also can heal. So you have the power to use your words to either heal or hurt. So which are you consciously going to choose? Later that same night, the sun will make a sextile to Saturn, which presents the opportunity for you to finish a project that you've been working on, maybe for a minute. You're gonna have the determination to focus, so get it done. Okay, this brings me to the biggest day of the week, which is early in the week on Tuesday, May 7th at 8:21 p.m. Pacific time. The sun and the moon are coming together in the sign of Taurus, which means we will have a new moon in the sign of Taurus. Now, for you, on an individual level, this can be very grounding, stabilizing energy. New moons are a time when things are started. So what's something you've been putting off that you want to begin? Depending on your chart, this could be a time where you need to let go of something so that something new can begin. Remember that Taurus is a patient, steady, persevering sign. You know, Taurus energy has the ability to focus on a goal and stick with taking the necessary steps to complete the goal, no matter how long it takes. So again, this is a great time to move something forward. During this new moon, there's a lot of support coming from up above to manifest. What are things that you want down here in the material world? You know, Venus and Mars are both in their home signs, providing a boost of courage and motivation to get moving on what it is you want to materialize. So think about it, write it down, and start making it happen. Like my mentor Celeste told me, just start, just start. So for the card pull this week, I'm going to be using the Modern Witch Tarot. It is actually a super beginner friendly deck. So if you're just trying to get into tarot, this is really good for giving an accurate depiction of what the cards symbolize. And then for the card message, I like to actually read from the big bitty book of tarot, excuse me, the big bitty book. That's a tongue twister of tarot. I just feel like it keeps the message more clear and just gives a better depiction. Alrighty, let's see what we've got here. So, what do we need to know this week for our highest, got a card popped out. What do we need to know this week for our highest good? Another card popped out. Okay, we've got cards popping out all over the place. All right, that is just fine. This is normally when cards pop out, just so you know, it means that this is the message. There's another one. Okay, this is the message that we are supposed to get, and then I will pull this one. All right. So, normally I'll do a 3-card pull, but we had cards popping out all over the place, and I wanted to really pull a card. So, I'm gonna read the 3 cards that popped out, and then I'll also, I pulled one as well. All right, so first card that popped out, we have the 5 of Swords, but it's in reverse. So normally when cards are in reverse, it means that there's more of like an internal, maybe even like subconscious meaning. And sword cards have to do normally with some type of communication. It's an air card. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we're reading the reverse meaning. Sorry. Okay. 5 of Swords in reverse. The 5 of Swords reversed speaks to times when you've tried to argue to the end, only to realize that you'll lose no matter what. You've been pushing and pushing, but whoever is on the other end is not listening, and no doubt they feel the same. You're both fighting to win at the expense of the other person. And when you're in this oppositional posture, you end up feeling awful, win or no win. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is about what we just talked about with Chiron and Mercury meeting in the sign of Aries. So again, Chiron is about healing a wound. Mercury is words. We're fighting with our words. Aries likes to fight. So we can think about, instead of using our words to hurt, right? Using our words out of anger, out of hurt maybe, how can we be more mindful during our responses and actually maybe listen to the other person before we respond? How about we try that first? And also, just how can you use more kindness? How can you see something maybe from the other person's perspective? See it in a different way. Surprise the person instead of just continuing to give them what they want, a fight, right? As a card of conflict, tension, and disagreement, the 5 of Swords reverse shows that you want this period of fighting to be over so you can forgive and forget. You want to, Chiron, heal. And then focus your energies on more constructive activities, such as restoring your relationship back to normal. Yes. The 5 of Swords reversed suggests that after a period of conflict, you're ready to move forward with your life and create positive change. Bring your energy back within and ground yourself. This is such a perfect card for the energy that we've currently been talking about. Being able to have that higher level of consciousness to kind of like stop in the moment. I know it's so freaking hard. It's one of the hardest things to do, is to catch yourself in the moment and shift gears and say, I'm not going to allow you to bring this out of me. I'm going to, use all these tools that I've learned listening to all these astrology and tarot videos, and I'm going to be the bigger person, and I'm not going to stoop to that level, or I'm going to look at something from, again, a different perspective. And during Taurus season, it's important to have that awareness to feel when we're getting to that level, when we're getting to that place of frustration, and finding out what tools we need to help calm ourselves down and to ground ourselves. All right. The next card that popped out was the 4 of Pentacles. This is an earth card, and Taurus is an earth sign. So let's see what we've got. Okay, it's not in reverse. So the 4 of Pentacles, I'll read it. Okay, the 4 of Pentacles asks you to examine your relationship with money. You are accumulating wealth and investing your money wisely while still enjoying your day-to-day life. Are you accumulating wealth and investing your money wisely while still enjoying your day-to-day life? Or are you desperately clinging to every coin, afraid to spend your money for fear that you do not have enough or could lose it forever? Interesting. Perhaps you're placing too much value on money and material possessions. You may be attached to material things, allowing possessions to become your life. So this is also a wonderful card to think about during Taurus season, and in particular, a new moon in Taurus, where we can really be called to look at not only what we want to materialize, like Taurus represents the material plane and the earth world, so to speak, but also Taurus represents beauty and looking for the finer things in life. How are you defining your success? Are you only focusing on the kind of car that you drive, or the kind of shoes that you wear, the bags that you carry? Like, how are you defining your success? Or are you looking for those Venusian simple pleasures in life, right? Finding the joy in getting out in nature, looking at the beautiful flowers, right? Or even just like indulging in a good meal, like letting all of those good savory flavors dance all over your taste buds. Like, those are the Venusian qualities that we are being called to look at during Taurus season. Again, finding those simple pleasures in life, not only focusing on, what I have. Okay, the next card that popped out is the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Earth. What's more Taurus than the Queen of Earth? Okay, let's see. This card is so beautiful. I just absolutely love it. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles is the nurturing mother of the material world. At home, she shows her love for others by cooking nutritious meals, maintaining a clean and inviting home, and giving warm cuddles to those who need it most. It's just like what we were talking about. She's also able to work a full-time job and make a financial contribution to the household. Often as the primary breadwinner, she's masterful at taking care of the practical needs of work, home, and family, while also giving her love and support to those who care. You are embodying the ultimate working parent archetype. You care for your family and domestic responsibilities while also making a living for yourself and creating financial abundance. You can maintain a healthy balance between home and work by integrating the two and finding your place of flow and alignment. This is what we are being called to do. This is the work of Taurus season. How can we, again, focus our attention to the things that matter most? The simple pleasures, the love of our families. This queen asks you to maintain a compassionate, nurturing, practical, and down-to-earth attitude when dealing with others and your present circumstances. She just brought this reading full circle. We started the reading talking about how we needed to use our words to heal, not hurt. How we needed to find out ways that we could calm ourselves down in the moment and be able to consciously choose our responses rather than just impulsively react to them. the Queen of Pentacles is asking you to maintain a compassionate, nurturing, practical, down-to-earth attitude. Remove these intense emotions. Try, right? Just be more mindful of it. We can't remove our emotions, of course, especially, when we're really passionate about something in the moment. It's difficult, but we can be mindful of it and try to readjust our attitude when dealing with whatever present circumstance you're dealing with. That is beautiful. I don't even think I just dropped a card. Oh, I don't think I need to read my card that I pulled, but I'm selfish, so I'm going to read it. 5 of Cups. There may be a situation that hasn't turned out the way you expected, and you're sad, regretful, and disappointed because Chiron brought up old wounds. Instead of moving on with your life, you're choosing to wallow in self-pity. All you can focus on right now is what went wrong and how you failed. It's time to get over it. Feel the feels, of course, but set yourself a time limit for your self-pity and then pull yourself together and move on. Love it. The 5 of Cups suggests you're stuck in the past and can't let go. Old wounds and bitter memories flood your mind as you think about what happened. This is Chiron. This is Mercury and Chiron. You may blame yourself or believe you're a victim of life's circumstances. These negative emotions are holding you back from your fullest potential. We talked about this earlier in the reading. There might, for some people's charts, because every chart is different, right? So while me personally, I am extremely excited about this this new moon for various reasons. It's lighting up my chart very positively. It is. So, but everybody's chart is different. So the next person's chart may indicate challenges during this time. And as a collective, we're experiencing the transit of Mercury conjunct merging with Chiron, digging up these hidden, painful wounds a lot of the time that we have been trying to keep suppressed. Things that we've been pushing aside, not wanting to think about, they're being brought up. So for some people, it is a more challenging time. But knowing what's happening with the energy, how the energy is currently flowing for you, can help you to understand and acknowledge, right? So like if there's something that you need to acknowledge that is not good for you, whether it be a person or a thought process, right? You can't get out of it. This is the time that you need to let it go. You're going to have to cut that attachment. Taurus season is Taurus is a sign of attachment. So doing work during Taurus season, some of the work anyway, is about releasing attachment to something, right? To a person, to a thought process, to an idea, to a picture that we painted in our head, right? That it's not happening the way that we envisioned it. It's time to let it go. Yeah. And even though things aren't going your way, new opportunities and possibilities are awaiting for you, are waiting for you. Sorry. are waiting for you. So yes. So remember that, again, this is a new moon period. New moons are a time for seeding things, for growing things, for starting new things. Ending something is starting something new, right? You've never ended it before. That's new. That's something new that you're doing. And when you finally do that, you finally cut the cord and let it go, that is no longer going to be holding you down. You're going to, by default, okay, have something new come in and start a new phase. So anyway, that is your card reading for the week. I hope that gave you some really good food for thought, some things to be consciously aware of as you navigate the week. I hope this breakdown of what to expect this week was helpful and insightful. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you continue to get weekly insights. Also, I would love to hear your stories. Please share in the comments how the energy is showing up for you in your life. And if you need personal guidance, you can go to my website and book a reading, mtysastrology.com. While you're there, subscribe to my mailing list so you can get a free copy of my ebook, How to Parent Children by Their Moon Signs. Until next time, stay present and remember, as above, so below.